Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Paula, and today we have Carrie Cunningham with us. How are you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I'm kind of half dressed in workwear and half dressed in pajamas. It's so cool. You've got a lot of computers.
I was going to say the benefit of being on the internet and, only seeing half of you. At least you're wearing red. I'm wearing red today too, red and white. But
there you go. There you go. Perfect.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Everybody that's out there listening, I apologize.
It's part of the crazy. What's for the crazy?
I keep getting quick messages and it just keeps coming through. My word.
Perfect. You gotta love it. Computers.
Yeah. So I threw it in the trash. Hopefully that works.
That is so funny. Okay, so before we get too deep into this, tell everybody who is Carrie Cunningham.
Carrie Cunningham is a country singer, songwriter based in Nashville and Huntington Beach, California. I have to say both because I do live in both places. But my heart's always here in Nashville. I've been a longer resident in Nashville than I have been in California, so I can claim stake to country music USA. So
I love that. That. It's perfect. So I have been listening to your newest album, Showgirls, which is absolutely amazing. And there's two songs like that I really, really love. Doors Don't Close and Windshield. Doors Don't Close is just fantastic. The whole metaphor of, closing the door and ending something is just amazing. So tell us about this album and, everything about it.
Wow, you know what? Thank you for saying Doors Don't Close. I usually, not very many people ever say anything about that. And that was the only one I spent a lot of money on to make a video. and I think usually because it's a ballad, and so like people don't listen as much when it comes to ballads, but I think that one's such a heartfelt song about just not being able to let go of somebody. You just can't close those doors. And and I think everybody has been in that kind of situation before. It's and ironically I'm quoting myself, my bridge, that it's easier to hang on to something than just let it go, whether it's good or bad. It's easier to just hang on.
It is definitely. I just love the whole way that song goes, and you can really feel the emotions through the words and through the lyrics and everything else. So I really got drawn in on that one. So I absolutely love that song.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it too.
Thank you. Well, your question was talk about the whole Showgirl album.
Yes.
So I wasn't really even going to come up with the album. It was by happenstance. 2019, I was going to take a break from going on the road and just take a break from music altogether because I kind of just got burnt out. And this was right before COVID hit. I kind of make a little joke and say that I was like, well, if I'm not going to tour, nobody's going to tour. That was really kind of a mean joke. But so I was driving home from a tour in 2019, and I was just kind of watching. I was timing myself between how many hours it was going to take me to get home versus mileage. And like I was 17 hours away from home, and I was driving by myself, and I had just got dropped off my musicians at their place. They lived up in Washington and technically Oregon on the border, and I was going to drive home. And I'm pulling the trailer full of gear and in my truck. And I like that alone time, being on the road, hence the windshield. and, and I was just watching the miles go by and the time. And I just found myself going, okay, how many more miles until I'm here? Oh, I'm already halfway home. And I found myself going, well, like in 14 miles, I'll be 700, like more to go. And then, I mean, I'm like, that's like almost halfway. And then I just started coming up with that and thinking about my life being out on the road. And so I ended up starting to write the song Showgirl on the road coming home. And I was like, well, there's no point in even dealing with this song because you're taking a break, Carrie. But then I was like, no, actually, what if you decide to just write songs and look at other songs you've written over the past couple of years that have to do with either A, being on the road, or B, showing people all your different creative styles and when it comes to writing, because I'm not just straight down the middle country, and I'm not pop country, and I'm not Americana country. You know, I'm a conglomerate. And I was like, I think I should put together an album now that we're all in COVID, and just keep the music going, because I thought that I could take a break, but I really couldn't. I think my break was, I don't know, maybe a few months. You know, and I just had this draw to just want to be able to put things out, and that's how I ended up putting out an album or a song every month in 2021, and then put them all together as the Showgirl album for 2022. And it was fun to be able to just each month put out something completely different than was the month before. So it was neat. It was interesting. And it actually kind of sparked me to do my the follow-up songs that we're going to talk about soon.
Awesome. But I mean, even though you took a break, you were still you may have taken the travel break from it all. I think it's really hard to take a break from something you love so much.
Yeah.
So you still had that, you know, you still be able to write and everything else, but the traveling was something you could take a break from. Because I can't imagine the touring you guys do must be intense. It all looks like fun and everything else from a fan's point of view when you're on stage, but everything that goes on behind it must be very, you know, stressful and lonely and all sorts. So
yeah, it's so much work. And thank you. You know, it's true, because like not the general public doesn't really know what all goes into being a performing artist or being a performing songwriter. I mean, that's a double dip when you're thinking about you're trying to write those songs and you're putting them out there and trying to support that album that you just wrote, you know, by being on the road. So it's quite a jaunt.
It must be difficult, but well, you know, as fans, I think we all appreciate it. And I must admit, every artist covers up so well how much, you know, the stress you guys must be under. You know, but it's awesome. So yeah, you've got the newest single, haven't you? Which is Just Like. Which is another major anthem. I love this song. This is a whole new take on the love song. I think it's very, very cool. I absolutely love it. So tell us all about Just Like.
Well, Just Like came up because I was in a writing session with country artist Riley Roth, and we had a writing session down at Warner Chapel, and we were passing back and forth different ideas. And I know that like she's totally in love with her now fiance, and we were just talking about kind of being in love. And she's like, well, I kind of have this idea, and she's like, you know, talking about want to be just like somebody. And it's like, oh, that's a great idea. So we ended up writing it, but it was more slower. We just kept thinking of like people walking down the aisle together. And we're like, oh, this is a beautiful like wedding song. And granted, it is still like a beautiful wedding song. But as I was driving down the road, I just felt myself going like, dun 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 dun. And I'm like, maybe I should kind of like pick this tempo up a little bit because I wanted to record the song. And that's the thing is that when it comes to two artists in the room, it's like, well, are you going to cut it or are you going to cut it? You know, am I going to cut it or are you going to cut it? And it's kind of like a waiting game to see or are we not going to cut it and we're going to pitch it, you know, so we can go through 3 different ways. Well, technically 4, we can just let it sit on the shelf, but we thought the song was way too good for that. So I had asked her, I'm like, are you going to cut the song? Because I knew in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, she kind of wrote it about Kyle. But she's like, I already have my songs picked out for the album. And I'm like, okay, is it okay if I cut it? She's like, yes, of course. So it was really great. And I have such a love for disco. And I've always wanted to put some, put country disco together. And I did a little bit on one of my songs on Showgirl called Happy to Me. I had a little bit of a disco backbeat with the drums, but it wasn't anything like just like. I treaded right on the line between country and disco, and I really like it. So
it's awesome. I love that line when you've got the mirror image. You're looking for somebody like yourself, but you actually find someone who is very different. That's what, I think that's the same for anybody. When you look at a relationship, you look at what you expect from yourself and you expect it from someone else, when really, it's always opposites attract, they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Very cool. One thing I want you to tell me about, I think it's your fan club, which is actually a really cool name, the C2 Crew. The fan club. Tell us all about that. I love that name. That was very, very cool.
I'm trying to think of how I actually came up with it. I had some longtime fans that are part of the C2 Crew. And I think when I was coming, we were like C squared, I don't know. I would joke around like CNC Music Factory. Of course, that's already been taken, right? A long time ago.
Yeah.
But people would just call me like CC. And then I'm just like, well, let's just like, what about the C2 Crew? And it was just a conglomeration of just constantly just throwing out all these different ideas of how I'm going to come up with the fan club name. And then C2 Crew just kind of stuck. And, it's for those super fans that want to support me. And it's fun because I get together with them on Zoom because we're not all in place. And, we have like game night or we just catch up and just talk. Game night's fun. And every once in a while, like I'll just pop off a song and sing to them, or sometimes they get to hear a song that I just wrote. I send them the little work tape. I'm like, what do you think? You guys? So they get the special perks. So awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome. So everybody, you need to check it out. And I love that name, C2 Crew. Some fan clubs have really difficult names to remember, and you're like, really? But C2 Crew is very, very cool. I love that name.
Thank you. Short and sweet, right?
Definitely. Short and sweet. You can remember short and sweet. Perfect. Okay. So we're at that part of the interview. Are you ready for our 13 crazy questions?
Yes.
This is the scary part.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Scary part. Okay.
All right. My brain better get working here.
I love it. We'll start off easy. What's your favorite type of transport?
My favorite type of transport?
Yeah. How'd you like to get from A to B?
Yeah, planes, trains, or automobiles?
Yes.
Well, the most I do is, this is an open-ended question. The most I do is flying. I love to take road trips in my truck, though, but I love going down the coastline in a plane. I even put the messenger in the trash and it still came through.
I'm still beeping it. Oh, don't worry. It's not a problem.
Train.
See, to what?
I love train.
You love train. And trains are great. They are great, I must admit. Because you can just sit back, relax, you can watch around you, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, especially in Europe. It's great.
It's very, very cool. You get trained anywhere over here, which is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're having a bad day, what is your feel-good TV show or film that you'll go to?
Oh, if I'm having a bad day, feel good TV show or film. I would probably have to say Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And I haven't had too many bad days lately, and so I'm a little behind.
You need to have a slightly low day so you can catch up on the episodes.
And I had a binge kind of series with my husband, and we were watching oh my gosh, what's his name? Ted Lasso.
Okay, yeah.
I'm really sad that Ted Lasso is now over in my house because the series are done. But I think actually instead of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, like I think I was kind of addicted to Ted Lasso because I love that guy. It was just such a great character, and he put you in a great mood. Everybody on that series puts you in a good mood.
Good mood. And that's what you need. That's what you need. Oh god, there you go. It's mine now. See that? It doesn't matter. It's a pain. Okay. If I came to you and said I have a dead body, do you know a good place to hide it?
No. I can't think of any place that would be able to hide it. And no. Nope.
Okay.
I'd be sorry. I mean, like we toss it in the river.
Dead body, I love that. Okay. If you could write with anyone, dead or alive, who would you write with?
Probably Leon Bridges.
Cool. Perfect.
I think I love his old soul R&B stuff and his albums I'll listen to if I'm having to drive into Seattle, or excuse me, not Seattle, into Los Angeles. Seattle and Los Angeles are pretty much the same nowadays because of the traffic. But when I have to drive to Los Angeles, I would put Leon Bridges on because he would just kind of keep me in a good, feel good mood, and I won't worry about.
Which is what you need.
Yeah.
When you're stuck in traffic, you don't need that angry music before you kill someone. I love that. If your life was a reality show, what would it be called?
Well, my mind started going through like actual reality shows. It's like Love Island. I'm like, no. Big Brother, no. The Bachelorette, no. It would be called. These are hard questions. Not like, is the sky really blue today? Well, yes, it is.
We can't make them too easy.
I know. My reality show would probably be called I have no idea. I just keep coming up with Wanted Dead or Alive. I have no idea why.
That would be different.
Wanted Dead or Alive. That's what keeps popping in my head. Now I'm thinking about burying dead bodies too.
Dead or Alive, isn't that a Bon Jovi song? Hasn't he got a Bon Jovi?
It is. Yeah, like 1986.
Oh my god, you know the year. I knew it was Bon Jovi. That's about as good as it got. I would never remember the year, but yeah. Okay. Which artist would you love to duet with?
Midland. It's a band. I mean, it's not an artist, but Midland, if it was a band, if it was just a solo artist, probably Morgan Wallen.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
that'd be very cool. Okay, we'll put it out there. Okay. Everybody, we need to spread it. We need to spread this around. Okay. If you owned a bar, what would you call it? A different one. That might be different, I think. It's alcohol involved. Might be easier to name a bar than a.
I actually thought of a really funny bar name about 6 or 7 years ago. I go, it'd be really fun to own a bar called Tits and Tats.
Tits and tats. That'd be very cool, actually. Very cool.
Must
Those
have
who know
one or the other to enter.
all female bar. I love that. I love that.
Or both.
Well,
I would be in the both category too.
yeah. Perfect. That is awesome. I love that. That is probably the best name I've ever heard for a bar. I tell you. We need to do this. Okay, what scares you the most?
What scares me the most? Missing out on my children's lives, not being there enough. That's the biggest thing. That's what keeps me up at night.
So that's difficult with your career as well. So it's very hard. It's very hard to balance everything. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Okay, what would be your plan for a zombie apocalypse?
What would be my plan for a zombie apocalypse? Well, I am definitely a fight, not flight mode kind of girl. So I'd probably be like suiting up and like.
I love the sound effects as well. Those zombies better watch out because you're going to kill them. They're dead, man.
Right. That's right.
I love it. Okay, what is your guilty pleasure food?
Ooh. I would have to say it's chicken piccata. Like it's an Italian dish. And ironically, my husband just made it for the first time the other night, and it was so stinking good. Like usually we have to go to this Italian restaurant to get it, and then I just want to like slurp up the lemon and caper sauce. My husband made it the other night, and I'm like, yes, no more going to the Italian restaurant.
Awesome.
Husband, into the kitchen now. Into the kitchen.
I love it. Perfect. Okay. And then there's another kitchen question here. What's the weirdest thing in your fridge?
The weirdest thing. Well, people might think it's weird, but like I drink aloe vera juice daily.
Mm.
And so that might be weird for some people. Me personally, very health conscious. So I'm not sure if there's anything really weird. I mean,
Really weird.
except for that kimchi that my daughter finally threw out from the refrigerator that she looked at the date. She's like, Mom, this says October 2022.
Yeah, that needs to go.
We need to get that out of there.
Don't take the lid off because God knows what's going to happen. I love that. Okay. What 3 things would you always have with you?
My lipstick. It's the only girly girl thing that I'm really on is my lipstick. Pen and paper.
Mm.
Lipstick, pen and paper, and I can do without my cell phone. Come on, Carrie. Maybe probably my boots. My boots.
I love your boots. I must admit, I've got a pair of cowboy boots, and I've had them for years, and I'm still wearing them things in. And I wear them quite regularly, but it's still like, sometimes you wear them, it's like, yeah, perfect. And then you just wear that wrong pair of socks with them or something, and it's like, damn, that hurts.
Yeah.
But seriously.
Yeah, I have a few pair of boots, but this one particular pair I've had they were my first pair of boots actually, and I've had them resold twice and they need to go back in again. And I think I've had them for since like 96.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're still going. That's cool.
They're still going.
That's good. That is good. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Okay, if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you like to go?
Ireland.
Ireland rocks. I've been there.
Ireland just getting into my psyche lately. It just keeps intervening.
Okay.
So yeah.
Ireland's gorgeous. It really is. And of course, you've got the Republic and the South and the North. Would be great. So yeah, my mum was Irish, and we went over there quite a lot. So it's quite cool. But
My
yeah,
husband,
look at that.
his cousins that live over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to go over it. It's very good. It was very wet, obviously, like England, but it's a gorgeous country. Absolutely gorgeous. You survived our 13 crazy questions. Well done.
Oh,
Well done.
that was fantastic.
So tell us, what does 2024 have in store for you? Or you have for 2024?
I'm coming out with another single, April 12th. It's called Habit. And it's another country disco song. It's a little bit more intense than Just Like. Just Like was kind of nice and groovy, and this one's more in your face. Yeah, definitely more tempo, more in your face. And I've been working on a Christmas album for a couple of years now. I'm fingers crossed that I can get this thing done. All the songs are done. I keep looking this way because they're on my whiteboard that's right over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All the songs are done. It's just a matter of like getting the funding to do it. And it's kind of like it's a project where I want special guests to come in and sing on it. So that's something I'm working on. Yeah. So, and I have a few shows up in the Northwest that I'm going to be performing at. But I'm also like a benefit auctioneer. So I've been fundraising, auctioneering. So I got things coming all over the place.
Well, it's always good to be busy. Always good to be busy.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if I wasn't.
You'd be bored out of your brains. You'd be like,
I know, right?
Finding things to do. The Christmas album, I have to ask, are they all original songs or are they? I love Christmas albums, but there's so many albums out there. You get the combination albums, and they've all got the same songs, but in different orders. You know what I mean? They just sort of travel through the years, and you're like, oh, we want something different. That'd be good. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we can get that going, because that'd be cool.
Yeah, it was an entire complete concept Christmas album. So it has a theme throughout the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that now. We need to get the word out. We need to get people, helping to fund this and stuff.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, it's been really cool talking to you.
You too.
Especially with your jet lag, flying and everything else. That's very, very cool. So make sure you click on the links below. We'll have all of Carrie's websites and stuff. Make sure you check out her music. It's awesome. You will not be disappointed. And hopefully we'll see you all soon. Adios.
Adios.
Have a fun.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.